Breaking: Evans' accomplice says they were tortured to admit involvement in kidnapping. Good day everyone and welcome back to our channel. This is latest Naija news. If you're meeting our channel for the first time, you are highly welcome. Please do well to subscribe and kindly help us click on the bell icon as well so that each time or each day we upload a new video, you will be notified. Thank you so much as you do so. So today I have a news before me and I'll be reading from the desk. It says, two former soldiers of the Nigerian army, Ifeanyi Chikala and Victor Adumba, on Tuesday denied being accomplices to the crime of alleged kidnapping kingpin C0URT Onwa-Madike, popularly known as Evans. The news agency of Nigeria NAN report that Ms. Chikala and Adumba made a denials during the resumption of their trial at an Ikeja High Court over 2 counts of kidnapping and conspiracy. The ex-soldiers who had earlier been dismissed by the Nigerian army are facing trial alongside Evans, Uche, Amadi, Okechukwu, Nwachukwu and Ogechi Uchechukwu for alleged kidnap of Donatus Dunu, the chief executive officer of Maiden Pharmaceuticals. Mr. Chikala, led in evidence by defense counsel A.A. Uzochukwu, said he was acquainted by Mr. Adumba and had worked with him as a soldier. He said one day he was requested by another acquaintance, Ikenna Chukwuma, to help him drive a car from a mechanic workshop at Ijesha, Lagos to Surulere, Lagos. He told the court they got to the mechanic workshop, the car had not been repaired and Mr. Chukwuma had called a friend to pick them up from the workshop. When I entered the vehicle with Chukwuma, I saw Mr. Victor Adumba, seized defendant, in the vehicle and there was a weapon inside the vehicle. When I asked what the weapon was doing there, the driver told me to keep quiet and mind my business. I was asked if I know what is AP and I said no. Then I was told to keep quiet and mind my business. My lord, they did not carry anybody in the vehicle and they did not kidnap anybody. Reaching Celeb bus stop, I told them I was uncomfortable and asked to alight. I was dropped off at Celeb bus stop and they warned that if they heard anything from me, they will kill me and I went back home, Mr. Ifeanyi said. Responding from Evans' defense counsel Victor Okpara, Mr. Chikala said he did not know Evans and met him for the first time in police custody. I have never taken part in any kidnap activities in my life. I have never attempted to kidnap anyone before or conspire with Evans to kidnap the victim Dunu, he said. Under cross-examination by the lead prosecutor Adebayo Arom, Mr. Chikala said it was a locally made weapon he saw in the vehicle. He did not know the reason he was warned not to reveal what transpired. The second ex-soldier, Mr. Adumba, denied partaking in kidnapping with Evans and the other co-defendant. He alleged that he was tortured into admitting to the crime by members of the Intelligence Response Team, IRT, of the Nigerian Police Force. Led in evidence by his counsel, Emmanuel Oshai, Mr. Adumba said he was invited by his acquaintance, Chukwuma Onwonsu, to a bar in Agor, Lagos, but unknown to him, Mr. Onwonsu was invited by the police. As I reached the bar, Mr. Onwonsu was acting unusual. I kept asking him what was wrong with him and then I noticed 5 policemen who approached me and said I was under arrest. I resisted and they overpowered me, and when I got to the police station, one Mr. Philip, their boss, said I should cooperate with them and do whatever they said I should do. I told them they should allow me go to my office where I work as a soldier, but they refused. He said Mr. Adumba said I was ordered by a member of the IRT, Idowu Haruna, to sign a written statement admitting to the crime, but he refused. He alleged he was ordered to be taken to a theater by Mr. Philip, where he was beaten and was caught with a machete by Mr. Haruna, an inspector. Mr. Aduba showed his alleged machete injury to the court during his testimony. He alleged that in the days he was in the custody, three men, Felix, Paul, and Shukuma, who were initially paraded to the media as kidnappers, were extrajudicially killed by the IRT team. I was still being told to sign some papers, but I refused, and they said if I refuse, I would travel. Slang for kill. At the point, Idowu Haruna brought out his phone for me to look at some pictures. When I look at it, I discovered it was dead bodies of three men with whom I was in custody. That was how I was forced to sign the papers, he said. To corroborate his claim, Mr. Oshi Aduba Counsel tenders to the court a record of court proceeding of kidnap trials held on November 5th, 2018 before Oluwatoyin Taiwo. In a record of proceeding, Mr. Aruna had in his testimony admitted that the three deceased had died in police custody. Mr. Aduba, in his evidence, denied working with Evans. On February 14, 2017, the day of Dunu's kidnap, I was on a 24-hour duty at Abati Barrack Gate. I even told Mr. Aruna to check out my alibi, but he said it was none of his business. I have never conspired with anybody, neither have I gone with anyone to kidnap anyone, he said. While being cross-examined by Harun, Mr. Aduba said he was enlisted by Nigerian Army on August 15, 2009 and had known Mr. Shikala since 2010. He described Mr. Shilaka's evidence that he conveyed him in a vehicle with a locally made weapon as a fabricated story. Mr. Harun also noted in his record of proceeding of Justice Oluwatoyin Taiwo, Harun in his evidence never said he traveled or killed anyone in his custody. The prosecutor noted that Mr. Aaron had in his evidence said the three men had died in the custody of the police at Ikorodu General Hospital. Responding to question from prosecution, Mr. Aduba said he was never dismissed by the Nigerian Army over alleged of kidnapping. The charge against me by the military was that I was at war. I was never given the chance to change my dismissal by the army, he said. The judge, Hakeem Oshodi, adjourned the case until November 5th for the adoption of final written addresses. So guys, that is the news for today. So what they are trying to tell us is that these two men, they are not involved with Evans. They were forced to admit the allegations. Anyway, I'm reading from Premium Times, and thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and leave your comment on the comment section. I will see you again in my next one. Bye-bye.